you have come with new statistics keeping in mind to learn this webinar. Okay, so I request everyone to mute yourself. Also, do not and also mute your video also, so that it would be very easily to see the screen carefully without using or not, without minimum usage of net also. Okay, someone is saying that your voice is not audible. Sorry, can you check your internet connection once?
So is the voice not audible for everyone or just for Nashra?
Guys, please let me know.
Now audible. Okay, great.
Okay, okay. So no issue. Okay, okay. So let's start.
Anyways, in between, just a second, Joy. Anyways, in between, if you miss something, because there always is a problem either with internet connection or some disturbance or something, right? So, anyways, we would be recording these sessions and sharing them with you, so you can always refer back, right? Voice is breaking at times. Yes, that uh, that might happen, but please bear with us. We are trying our level best to use whatever speed of internet we are having, and we are continuing.
Thank you, sir.
Right. So yes,
So
Joy, please continue.
okay, thank you. So you all know that there are many technologies in this world and there are many frameworks and many languages. Okay, so beside these languages, everyone is using certain things and certain implementing in this and with this help of technology. Okay, so अगर हमें डेवलप होना है कोई करियर में हमारा कोई करियर होगा ओके हम करियर में आगे बढ़ना है लाइक एक स्टेप्स होता है एक स्टेप लेते हैं देन सेकंड स्टेप आता है देन थर्ड स्टेप आता है सो with the help of these technologies the basic technologies if you try to using these technologies you have taken a step if you jump to a framework okay you have taken a second step then you become a professional in that framework okay so this is the basic steps you might be knowing okay so our motto is that students should learn the basics of each technology from the bottom so that he can conquer the top okay so today top for our seminar is the basic hands-on html css and bootstrap okay so you are familiar with html and css might be you have used in your school lives also you have implemented certain web pages simple web pages in this college days also so beside that, you might be familiar with certain basic tags, syntax, and how to use CSS with it. Then how
Okay,
to how
Joy.
yeah.
Joy, voice is not clear. Let us take a confirmation from each one of them. Guys, is the voice clear or is it really not clear? Because I am able to hear Joy properly.
Clear. Okay.
Okay.
Not
Because
clear.
if it is clear at one or two places, that means the problem is not from Joy's side. Anyways, Joy, what you can also do is, right, uh, keep it a little slow, right,
Sure,
and
sir.
hold your microphone a little bit nearer to you so that uh, the voice would be amplified, right?
Sure, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, guys, for your response. So, focusing on the main part of the seminar. Okay, first we will see what we are going to conduct in this 3 days session and what are the basic fundamentals of HTML and CSS in the first day part. And the second day part, we will discuss the basic scenario of box model, which is very important and which plays a vital role in designing. Okay, if you are designing a web page, it takes vital role there also. If you are designing page in mobile like application UI, or or another platform UI like IoT based UI also. So there also box model plays very much important role. Then we are going to discuss a form, how you will create a simple form using a CSS, and also with Bootstrap, what is the difference between them. Then at the third day, we are going to create a table, beautiful table, which is going to be uh, tell you that if you use simple CSS and if you use a Bootstrap or framework, so what is the difference? How you can minimize the use of code and focus on more functionality part. Okay, so these are the 3 days. So I hope you will really like this 3 days, and then after these 3 days you are going to develop something for some others, so that it would be very beneficial uh, to you to develop your skill set. Okay, so you might be familiar with HTML. It stands for hypertext markup language. It's very useful and very much famous in this world. Okay, so why HTML? So this creates the structure of a web page. What do you mean by structure? Like if you are designing a model, okay, what do you first do? You design a skeleton. ओके ना. सो दिस इज द स्ट्रक्चर दैट इज यूज टू डिजाइन अ वेब पेज. लाइक हमने एक स्केलेटन बनाया और शेप दिया उसको, भाई ऐसा दिखना चाहिए, ये तरीके से मोल्डिंग होनी चाहिए, ये तरीके से जॉइनिंग होनी चाहिए चीजों की. देन लाइक ओके, so what with the help of HTML you can create, like you can create videos, images, then tags, then different you can organize the content in different parts of your web page. Okay, and what you can display, like you can display your pictures, photos in different parts of your web page. Okay, so HTML also provide an offline view, like it's there is no usage of internet for your startup process. It's if, in offline mode also you can work with HTML. Okay, so this is the basic scenario of HTML. Okay, so CSS, why you are using CSS? So if you want to see, if you have created a structure of a model, now what you need to do is that you need to give a shape to it. Shape in the sense like you मतलब उसे mold करना चाहिए कि वो अच्छा दिखे look and feel में, like you're formatting it, giving a layout to it, giving a color to it. एक फिर उसको कोई डिजाइन दो कि वो ये शेप में दिखे, like so with the help of CSS you give a layout and formatting so that it should be presented in a good way in your web page. Okay, so what you can do with this, you can give a scaling effect, rotation effect, then coloring effect, then also like if you want to give a font family to a text, you can also give with help of an CSS. There are many different ways you can use this CSS. So what CSS stands for? Cascading styling means you are cascading the tags or the elements you are using in your web page with beautiful designs. Okay, so the basic syntax of CSS. Okay, so this is the basic syntax you are going to use in your CSS. Beside that, now we will create a simple web page. So you will know without the help of CSS what you can do. Okay, so here I am using a VS Code editor. You can also download it. It's free to use and open source. Open source means everyone can use without paying any bit of money. Okay, so you can download with this Windows or Linux or your Mac. So it's universal. Okay, and click here and download within your operating system. Okay, so let's go practical on it. Okay, this is the UI of your VS Code. Okay, it's it's a PW application. Okay, there are many features you can implement with this. Okay, so what I will do is that now I will create a terminal and create a simple HTML file. Okay, I have certain issue with my operating system is very slow. Okay, set deleted. Okay, so now I will open my HTML file and I will say simply like it's my HTML file. So I will say doc py type and HTML. Okay, it says that's my document file of HTML. Okay, I will write HTML tag. Within HTML tag, I will include a header tag which will describe that what is being included in my heading title. I will say it's my basic tutorial on HTML. Okay, so say within my body, I want to print in using header h1 tag like hello world. Okay, now you want to open this thing in your web browser, so just double click in it on it, and you will see that a simple HTML page is being showed. Okay, simple. We have not used anything. It's simple. Use an HTML tags, different tags in it, and we have created a simple web page. Okay. If you want to write like you want to write a paragraph say, hey, this is my simple web page. Save the code and just refresh your browser. You can create anything within your web page, just save it and reload your web. Okay, so focusing on the next part, which is the CSS part. So this is the basic syntax of a CSS. Like you have been working in different languages like C or I think Java also. So there are different syntax within the different language. So this is the basics. What you need to do is that you are using a syntax. Okay. So this is the basic rule and this is a format of a CSS syntax. First, you need to just create a selector. That what does this selector indicate? That you are pointing the element of that web page. Pointing means you're referring certain things like if you want to refer an h1 tag you have written in your HTML file. So with that help of selector, you can style that tag. Okay. So within that selector, we have a certain declaration. Declaration means you are using some property and value so that you can format that tag. So first you need to write a simple property and a value to it. Like property might be a color, a font size, width, height, and padding, and margin, and so on. So that is the property, and you need to give a certain value to it. Okay, and it's followed by a semicolon at the end of that property you are assigning to it. So this is the basic rule you need to follow while using a CSS. Okay, and when you create an CSS file, you need an extension to save it. Like you save your doc file with docs. Okay, if you save your text file with txt, or you might be saving your C file with different extension. Okay, so CSS uses .css extension. Okay, so I say that there are three different methods you can use CSS within your HTML document. Like there are like inline styles, or embedded style, or external styles. There are three different ways. Like see, we'll show you an example. Okay, so you might be knowing this stuff also, but still, see, I will say give a style to this h1 type word style like color. I will say I want a blue color. Okay, so just put closing this tag and say refresh. This is an inline CSS. Okay, using style attribute within that tag is known as inline CSS. So it's also good and easy to use, but this contains certain disadvantages. Why? You will know and later on session. Okay, if you want that this paragraph should all also have a style, and we say color, and color should be red, and I want that this should have a font size of something say 24 px. Okay, I will save my document file, and can see that with the help of this inline CSS, we have formatted the text that we have created in HTML file. Okay, now coming on embedded CSS. So what is embedded CSS? Embedded CSS means you are embedding certain things in your HTML file. So where you will embed your style file in your header tag. Let's take an example. Like in header tag, you will say that I want to use embedded CS within this file. Okay, so I will say that I don't want to include this inline CSS, and I just want that my HTML page should use this embedded CSS. What I will say that I want my body background BH. Okay, background color to be violet. Okay, then I want my header tag to use a color of say white. Okay, and it's a refresh my page. Okay, sorry. This is the way you can use your CSS within your embedded CSS. So this is also a second way to use your CSS within your HTML file. Okay. Now comes an external CSS. Okay. This is also very important and very beneficial way you can use your CSS. Why? Because there are many certain disadvantages of inline CSS. Like if you have 100 or 200 lines of your HTML file, you have written many lines of. Okay. Now, if you are using inline CSS within your each attribute, like I have created only two tags like h1 and p. If you are having many tags like image tag and plenty of h1 tags, so if you are using inline CSS and you need to write within every line CSS code, so it's very hectic and it's very many manual way. So you will not prefer this thing. Okay, now. So instead of that, you have to use embedded CSS. What this embedded CSS indicates that within my HTML file, I've used style tag inside the header tag, and I'm indicating that this is I want this property to be assigned to this tag. Okay, this is also a very good way beside inline CSS, which is the very manual and very easiest way, and that is the worst way you are designing your web. Okay, so never use inline CSS while developing a website. Okay, you can use embedded CSS or external CSS. So now we'll see how you can use external CSS. Okay, first I will say that I want to create an CSS file. So I will say touch style dot CSS dot. Okay, so here you can see that I have created an style file. I will I will just copy this code. Okay, I will just cut this code and then I will paste this. Now what you need to do is that I want to take that file and include that file in this HTML. So what I will do, I will delete this code. I will say that link my file. But this where is this my file? With the help of XF tag attribute, I will say that this file name is CSS and extension is CSS. This will refer to that file, and I will say that this is a file of file sheet. Okay, this is an option thing we can give or not, but it's a good way before giving a reference to it. It will indicate that this is a style sheet file. Okay, I've just imported that thing, and now what I will do, I will just refresh my page again, and you can see that it is referring to that my style file, and also I have used attributes within it. So if we need to say again that I want my paragraph should have a font of say 12 px of, and I want that um, color of this paragraph should be something like that. Okay, so just I save my this file and refresh my page. So you can see that you have a paragraph of 12 px and a paragraph having a color red. You want to see that I have included the CSS file. If you want to check that what are the properties that my web page is holding, so you can see, you can inspect your web page. This shows that what are the properties and what are the trial and errors you are using. Like I will say, I will click on this icon. This icon says inspect my tag. So I will inspect this. See, you can see that I have used color property. So this tag, the paragraph tag, a font of 16 px, then a margin. This margin indicates is predefined class that paragraph is using. Okay, of 16 px and 0 px. Okay, and what about h1 tag? It's using a color of white. Okay, that it's indicate hexadecimal. Okay, so it's 6 digit followed by hash. Okay, and a font size of 32. H1 tag uses a 32 px font size predefined and a font family of Times Roman. And second and third, that it uses also uses a margin of 22.42 px. It's predefined. Okay, it's been written in CSS initially. This in this way you can check your also inspect your code with the help of this thing. So this is the very good way to see that what are the properties you can use with this. Also you can check without saving your code. You can also check here if you want that my paragraph should have a blue color. Okay, just type here blue and you can see that my paragraph tag is holding a blue color. So this is also a good way to try and check your code or your HTML file without writing a single line of code in your uh, the main file. Okay. Now what I will do, like we have included use inline CSS, embedded CSS, and external CSS. So what are the advantages of this external CSS? Okay, so this thing will represent uses of minimum lines of code. Also, it will help you to distinguish the which type of attribute you are referring to. Also, this will help you to easily maintain your code, easily visible your code, so that any person, if you are, is viewing your code, he will see that you have written a perfect and very good. The way of coding is very good. Okay, so this is the three basic methods you can include your CSS within your HTML. Okay, so now comes the main part. This is the very basic and very important part. You are using style or CSS. Okay, so what this part do? CSS selector. This part matches your HTML element. Means it points like if you have used, uh, I have used body tag. Okay, my body tag or my paragraph tag should contain this property and value. So this is one of the selector. This is one of the basic selector you are using. It's known as element selector. What this element selector do? It's just point to your tag like h1 tag. I've written here h1 tag. Okay, this h1 tag is pointing here. So, so this is the one of the selector. So we will discuss all four the selector and have a practical on view on this. First comes the universal selector. Universal selector means it starts with a star. I will show you. I will comment this lines of code. Okay. Then I will say star. and write some property like I want color, color of white value. Okay, so refreshing my web page again. So you can see that this universal selector, what this it does, that it will have color of every tag you have included in your HTML file with a color of white. Okay, now you want that I want H1 tag should be color red and paragraph tag should be color of white. So what you will do, will not use this universal tag and you will say I want to use this element tag. So with the help of this element tag, you can give different properties to different tag at the same time. So this is the advantage of element tag and universal tag. Now comes the ID selector. This this place this this tag. What does this tag means? Your ID means you are creating a unique representation of your tag. So let's take an example. See, I have written another tag like HT, and I will say that this this is my ID ID. Okay. So how will you assign an ID to it? You will say that use ID attribute and say that uh, unique ID like ID1. You can give any name to it, but it should be unique. Okay, like you have your roll number in your class, a unique. It's give you identification, a unique identification. You are the students of this class. So without this ID, you are giving a unique name to it. So what now? How to use an ID to it? You will say hash and ID1, and you will assign a property like yellow or color to HG. Okay, I want that it should be yellow. Okay, so I will save my code and just refresh. Here you can see that with the help of ID selector I have formatted my H3 tag with a color property. Okay, now what's the difference between element tag and this ID selector? Last, you say, and then I also want to give here ID to it, and let's say ID1. Okay, now what I will do, just I will comment this line of code, just save it and refresh my code. So you can see that my H1 tag and my H3 tag both have referred to ID1, and within this CSS file I have assigned a property called color and a value yellow so that it has taken that property and formatted my text. Okay, so now you think that why I don't want that my H1 tag should use this ID. Man,
Hey, Joy, your screen is not visible. That probably is because somebody else started sharing. So can you just reshare it, please?
sure, sir.
Just present
Sure,
the
sir.
screen again. That's all. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay. So now you can see my screen. Please let me know. Can you say yes or no at least so that I can start
It's
and
it's
continue my.
visible, Joy. It's visible, Joy.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. No problem. Okay. So with the help of this ID selector, you're pointing an HTML tag. Okay. So I don't want that my HTML tag should H1 tag should have this property. So I will say no, I don't want this. I will save my code and just refresh it. So you will see that I'm only assigning my property with the help of this ID selector. So this is the way you can use ID selector within your HTML file. So now comes the class selector. This is also very useful and very reusable. Okay, selector. So let's take an example. Okay, so I say that want I will create a container within this. I will say that this container should use my class like the content. Okay, I will write some content like this is my first web page. Okay, I will save my code and go in HTML as a style file and what how you will indicate you are using this class with the help of dot. We'll say dot followed by the class name you have given in HTML file and will say that I want my container should have a container text should have a font size of some say 18 px and a color of some say aqua. Okay, I will save this code and just refresh my web page. So now you can see that my this div container, which is wrapped with certain text. This is my first web page, and I've used my class content, and I have included content within HTML file with the help of class selector, and you can see that my web page is displaying that thing. Okay, so what is the advantages of this class? Okay, you can refer to this. I will copy this thing and just paste it again. I will see that I will write certain different points here. Hey, hey guys, you are doing it. Okay, just save my code. So this indicates that you are using. Sorry, I request Ankit Suryavanshi to mute yourself so that everyone should be audible clearly. Okay, so what is the advantage of this class? You can reuse that class whenever you need. Like I have written one time, मैंने एक ही बार लिखा वो चीज, and वो चीज को मैंने दो बार use किया. So you can reuse that class whenever you need it. So using external CSS and writing a class once and using in multiple times makes your code very usable and looks very cool. And you have managed the code very friendly. Okay, so this is the way you can use different types of selector within your HTML page. So hope you might understood this selector part. So now comes the box model. Okay, this thing is very difficult to understand and very important for you to go. So is there any sort of problems you have not understood anything before starting this box model like selector, then syntax, then methods, different methods? So let me know. So because if you I'm starting this box model, so this is the different part of CSS. Okay, so you can ask certain questions also in your chat.
Joy, in between, few of them had wanted you to repeat the external CSS. So can you just do that?
Sure, no problem, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will just clean my code CSS file and also just delete my this import. Okay. So now just I refresh my web page. So this is a simple web page. I have not used any CSS in it. Now you want that I want to use an external CSS. So what you will do, just create an CSS a style file with saving with an CSS.css extension. Okay, you have created it. And now what you will do in your header tag. Okay, just you will say use my link tag. Sorry. This will try to link your pages. Like you can also link your JavaScript file or another extension of files also. So I will say use href attribute, and I want that my style file should be uh, imported my HTML file. Just type your file name with your extension. So what this will do, it will say that I want that my file should be included in my HTML href, and with followed by name and your file type. Okay, and also you will say that this is my st file style sheet file. Okay, this is then very optional. If you want, you can give. If you don't want, don't try. Okay, so now what I will say that I want my h1 tag should have a color of red. Okay, and my body of my web page should have a background color of say aqua. Okay, I'll save my code. Sorry, save my code and just refresh my. Pretty easy. So with the help of this external pieces, I've imported in this editor and just use it. So hope your doubt has been cleared out. Okay, another question. Can we use Sublime text editor instead? Yeah, you can use Sublime text editor also. You can use also Atom, VS Code and Sublime text editor. There are many different editors you can use. There's no barrier to write any language code to compile and run. So you can use any text editor. Any other? Okay. Let me also demonstrate like if you have created certain files, certain folder here, like say this is my CSS folder and I want that my this style file should be included in this folder. Okay. So I will say that style1.css. Okay. Now I will say I will write certain properties here, viewer by body, and I will say I want that background color of this my body should be of black, and my h1 tag should use color property of say white. Okay, so now I want that my HTML file should use this CSS, not that CSS file. So what I will say that if CSS folder name slash that file name followed by .css extension. I save my code and just refresh it. And see if you have included your CSS file within your folder also. You can use that file giving a slash folder name slash followed by file name and followed by extension of that file. So this is also one of the way you can manage your folder structure so that it should look very proper and eco-friendly and friendly. Okay, so it's good. So anyone having any query or doubt up till now? Okay, so there's no problem, I think. So let's continue. So now comes a box model. So I will explain with an example. So this is my whiteboard. Okay. So suppose you have constructed an house. Okay. Uh, the house is having certain fencing. Okay. And your house is wrapped within this fence. Okay. Okay. This is the window of my house. And this is the, sorry. And this is my door of my house. Okay. So now what I will see that this is my fencing, maybe a fencing, okay, and this is my house. The difference between my fencing and my house is called margin. Means the content, the content you have constructed within your that fencing and the different that spacing width is called margin. Like we have created a container, okay, and your container is holding certain like say table or text paragraph, okay, so this will show that this is a margin, okay, and what's the padding? So padding means the house and your window, you're constructing your window, giving some spacing within your wall of your house and your window is known as padding. Okay, this is the margin and this is the padding. Okay, so now comes the border part. So what is the border part? The border is this. This indicates your border. Okay. So the border of your house means that the border comes in the middle of your padding and your margin. It's like you're giving certain border to it, your to your house. Okay. It acts as a different thing. If you are creating a container and now you want that my container should have certain border like of red color, of your dotted shape, or different color or different property. So you can give your border to your. So see, the this is your contained area. You have created a contained area here. Now I want that my contained area should have certain padding with your border part. So you will say I want certain padding value. I will give certain padding value and separate my border with my content. Okay. Now I want that my content, my that main container tag should have certain margin. Means what margin indicates if you are having two containers. Like take an example. I've just created here one. Okay. I will create here two container. Okay. So I want that this two container should have certain spacing within it. So what you will do? You will give certain spacing like margin so that this container should be separated from it. Okay. This will indicate that this do have certain spacing within it. So with the help of margin, you can create a certain spacing within that two containers. Okay. So this is a simple box model. So hope you have understood this and uh, now tomorrow what we will do, we'll create a simple container, give certain values like properties like background color, we will import certain text within it, we create a form within it and two types of different forms and we will give certain values like margin, padding and border to it and we will construct a beautiful model with help of CSS. Okay, so hope you have understood the basic fundamental of HTML and CSS in today's session, and hope you will try it on your platform and execute very very coolly with this basic thing. So thank you guys.
Okay, so thank you, Joy. So, guys, we would stop this today's session, right? And a simple task for you is simply say create an HTML file, then create a folder, and inside that folder, create a CSS file, right? Have a few elements or tags used in HTML, right? And then just try to change the background color or certain properties, paragraph, text, whatever it may be, right? Just try this thing out because if you try it today, tomorrow we would be giving you a concrete task to complete, right? Which would be a little difficult as compared to the task of today, right? What I would also do is I would be sharing the video of the recording, let's say in an hour's time from now, right? So that you'll be able to refer it whenever you want, right? So thank you so much, and see you all tomorrow. Right?